Hey guys, it's Julie and Joy, and we were asked to do the devotion on some things that we have actually learned through COVID. And we're going to start off with a Bible verse today, and it's from Ephesians 2:8. For by grace you have been saved through faith, and this is not your own doing, it is the gift of God. I definitely think that Joy and I have been given a gift from God to be able to work at Mary Wright and get to know the children and the staff and the teachers. And it's a privilege that you guys let us do that. You guys are so generous and so kind. And we've met a special little boy, and Joy can kind of fill you in on that.
His name is Zaquan, and he's in 5th grade. And he's just a smart, under-the-radar guy, but our lady and runs our cafeteria's name is Miss Cookie, and it really is her name, and she is wonderful. And Miss Cookie came to me and Julie because anytime there's anything that Mary H. Wright needs, they come to me and Julie, and with your help, we pretty much solve it. So she came and said, I have a situation. This little boy has helped me every day do breakfast and set it out early so that other children can have it. But this morning he said, Miss Cookie, can I please eat? And she said, Zaquan, we aren't ready yet. And then again he asked, and again he asked. And finally she said, why are you so hungry today? And Zaquan said, well, Miss Cookie, last night Mom was at work and I was feeding the younger ones, and there was only enough food for my little sisters and my little brother, so I didn't get to eat dinner. So, of course, Julie probably cried and I melted, and we then had Zaquan on our radar. So when we started doing lunches and carrying food out, we went to Zaquan's. Well, the one day they let us ride the bus when they were taking the lunches out, and I went and I met this lady who had 5 children. I probably told some of you about it. Her apartment, she was sweeping. She had a cardboard box she put the trash in, and she had one like ratty recliner you see on the side of the road, and said she had 5 children. And so that was in my memory. And then we had Zaquan in our memory. Well, then we talked to Colin Bauer, the guy that's over the stuff at the district, and he was telling us about this family and this lady named Kim who had 5 children. Well, we roll it all up, and it's all the same family.
Colin Bauer, he is our social worker for Mary Wright, and he's amazing. He connected Joy and I to people that are high target people that need help. And when we were talking about Kim, we were like, yeah, she's doing good. And he's like, you guys, she's an amazing success story. She grew up down in Greenwood and was in a very toxic relationship. She came to Spartanburg probably about a year and a half ago, and Kim herself reached out to different agencies here in Spartanburg, which I think is a testament to Spartanburg for having so many reasons that people can get help, or ways for people to get help. And she connected with Colin through these agencies, and he has been able to help her provide food for her children. And
she's gone to programs to teach her. She said she left the relationship because it was toxic for her, but her children were seeing things that her children didn't need to see. So she went out on her own, which most people, they've got the boyfriend somewhere, but she left Greenwood and came to Spartanburg to step away.
So. And it truly has been a success story. And Joy and I've had the privilege of seeing her actually leave the projects. I mean, that within itself is amazing.
But the way that happened is because of you all. We had this lady in our church, sweet lady, who called me one day and said, Joy, I got this $1,200 stimulus check and I don't need it. I want you to let me give you this check and you do what you want to with it. I'll say, oh, no, you just give it to the church and we'll do that. Well, then we had 2 men that called and said, we're going to give you some money. And they both gave us money. So they said, you will know what you're supposed to do with it. So then she wanted out of the projects. The living conditions weren't good, and she wasn't happy with the.
But she's the one that found the apartment. She's the one
We
that's
aren't
had
handing
the.
her any money. We
No.
had the money sitting there waiting on God to tell us what to do with it.
And she found a new
And
apartment.
she came to us and said, I found a new apartment. We found out since then there was 2 beds. Four of the children were sleeping on blow-up mattresses. She had a bed. The older daughter had a bed. She found an apartment. She saved her money. She did the down payment. We don't give them money. But we did buy, everybody has a new bed. Everybody has new sheets and bedspreads, new dishes. Well, they had no dishes. Silverware. One of the teachers had a sectional. We gave them that. Well, we ended up spending $500 over. And we said, well, we'll make it work. Well, I was telling one of the gentlemen that we had moved her in and how wonderful it was going. And he goes, well, I just feel like I'm supposed to do more. Would $500 help you do this? And I happen to have 2 more chests is what we needed. So anyway, she is set up. They're happy. She said, I want them to be doing something during the day. So they're now at the Chapman Learning Center during the day. She's enrolling in a class at Spartanburg Community College, where she is going to be an in-home nurse. And anyway, she's our success story. And it's because of you guys that it all happened.
Really is. It's your prayers, it's your financial donations, it's everything you guys do for us just helps other people. And it is by the grace of God that we can do these things. And please know how much that we really appreciate you guys.
And there's a picture here of the little boys. They're big Pittsburgh Steelers fans. So we put their beds together yesterday and put their new Pittsburgh Steelers blankets on, and they came in and saw it, and they were just yelling. So anyway, they were so excited. So a friend of mine always says part of life is just showing up. At the Advent, y'all always show up. If we're meeting or we're not meeting, which I know we're all missing it so badly, but we show up if we're having church together or not.
And we appreciate you guys.
And we
Thank you
appreciate
so
you.
much for always showing up for us and for Mary Wright.
To lead into another thing, by the way, we're about to have school drive supplies. So on August 5th and August 12th, we will be taking up collections. If you want to do school supplies, that would be great, because school is really different this year. We've got about 150 kids that are going to do virtual school, that we're giving them boxes. And then our other children will be at school, but everybody has to have everything their own. They can't share anything because of the germs. So
lots of different ways you can give, and please know that we appreciate it, and they appreciate it. Their parents and teachers are so thankful for everything that you guys do. Everybody on Southside's big fan of Church of the Advent, and thanks, guys. We appreciate it.